Well, he was a blues guitarist and was popular, well, he's quite popular for a short time in the late 50s. And then he dropped totally out of the industry. There was Mississippi John Hurt, and to a smaller extent, it was Spur Lewis doing some comeback stuff, and then there was Boots MacAllistar. When I offered him some new material in 1979, just before he died, he was living in total obscurity. I arranged to meet MacAllistar backstage at this blues kind of Second City nightclub. He was getting incredibly drunk. We were waiting for a producer friend of mine to show up, and Boots had these two young musicians buttonholed. You know, he was really insisting that they sing. You know, he was just totally fucked up. He kept nodding and falling out of his chair. You know.
Oh shit, yeah. Boots used to come around here when we was doing gigs. He'd just drop in with that old beat-up guitar and pass this horrible raunchy blues around, and we'd all jam and sing old bebop songs. You know, Negro blues and stuff. He was great, man. He knew his shit, too. Kid bought him like half a case of cheap bourbon trying to get Boots to sing his lyrics. MacAllistar was real cool, though.
Boots is a real nice guy, that's all.
Do you remember him bringing somebody with him one night?
Yeah. Sister brought him in one night when Chuck and Bob were playing here. He was always really friendly. We kind of hit it off. But everybody got along with him. Boy, could he drink. We used to get him free drinks and bring him backstage when he played with the band.
You know, this chickie waitress comes back with another drink that MacAllistar had ordered on the sly. And she gives me a message about a phone call. And my producer's on the other end, and he can't make it to hear MacAllistar at that bar. You know, he wants us to meet him on the other side of town at this other club. So, you know, I got to pack up Boots and cart him across the city and get backstage. And MacAllistar is, like, acting like a total asshole. I mean, this waitress that came back, she's scared as hell. MacAllistar he's leering on her, you know, he's slobbering over, and he says, is he going to play her this song, you know. I grabbed him by the collar, and I sat his ass down on a chair, and I laid it on the line with him. You know, we have a song to sing for a producer, which means you either get your comeback, or you can, you know, you can go puke your guts out in an alley somewhere, you know. Oh, the man was a mess, you know,
Oh, that kid was a prick. All Boots was going to do was play me a little song. He's just a jerk.
I carried MacAllistar out through the backstage door, and I remember I got outside and my car was gone. You know, it was gone. It was a towaway zone, you know, and shit, when I came out I didn't see it. So anyway, somebody towed it away. So here we are, we're stuck, and no wheels, and we've got this gig on the other side of town for this producer friend of mine, you know, and MacAllistar is just madder than hell, you know. He's saying, bullshit, you know. He says, there ain't no way I'm going anywhere. And he's bitching, you know, and he's whining, and so I reasoned with him, you know. I kind of cajoled him a little bit and kind of bribed him, you know, kind of poking him around, say, hey, come on, Boots, you know. And so, well, I got him going. We started off for West Town, and MacAllistar's legs at that time, because of all, you know, his years of laying around, you know, they were pretty bad. And the kid gets all upset, real mad. He says, hell with the tax, you got no time. That kid that Boots all the way to West Town, man, that kid was a mean boss. First tied along, no? Kid's buying his boots. So I get over there, and Boots waits outside, you know. I go in, and the producer's gone. He left a message to meet him at the studio that we used once in a while. And, I mean, MacAllistar at that point he was just totally gone on his feet, you know. He almost had a stroke running over there, you know. The man was just totally out of control, you know. I tried to calm him down and persuaded him to go to the studio with me, you know, even without the wheels. And he was real mean, man. He was foul. I think, I think he went through every name in the book at me, you know. Shit, yes, man, he wanted to do that song, you know. I had to keep him going, and he was pissed. And, you know, MacAllistar didn't stop recording because of his strong will, you know. The man was just a bag of bones, you know.
He's too lots of recording and stuff.
Yes, you know?
Why? What you want to know from?
No, it's for a movie.
Why, a movie? Boots, huh? Yeah, I know Boots, kind of. Not real well. You know, he hung out at all the clubs, you know, he go backstage. He play in between the songs, you know, he's real nice. He's a real man, he's a real gentleman, you know. When he was drinking, you know, he was always real nice.
You ever heard Boots' friend, Ronnie?
Ronnie? Ronnie, no, never got introduced, you know. Never had him.
We were running, and I got ahead of him, which wasn't too hard to do, and maybe a block. And when I looked around, you know, man, like, he was gone, just like that. You know, he just took off. And I remember at the time it wasn't too damn funny. You know, it was real frustrating. It was real damn frustrating. And I stood there, and I looked absolutely everywhere. I mean, it spun around and took off running. I mean, I went through every goddamn part of the city, you know, every alley, every stairway. I mean, I must have gone through, you know, a dozen or so bars, you know. I remember I went down a bad side of town, and I was looking for him, and went through a couple of the old, you know, these old missions for derelicts, you know, and like the Salvation Army and stuff. And I looked through, you know, there's bums everywhere. I was trying to find him with all of them, you know. And I went over to this one hospital that was downtown on the emergency to see if, you know, if he was in there. And the man had just, like, totally disappeared into the city. I mean, I must have ran around for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I don't know where the hell he could have gotten at the time, you know. I didn't know where the hell this old guy could have gotten to. So Boots said the kid found he was big tired. Boots told me that kid swings open the door. Stands there, was so mad he could spit books. Boots told me he was kind of upset himself. He never got a chance to do those. You know what happened? Well, I guess the kid pulled on Boots. I definitely get his old ass and get that kid hustled him away real quick. That girl didn't know what the hell was going on. And I got him out there, and we got to the studio. Where my producer said he'd meet us, and MacAllistar was just, you know, he's dragging along. And the producer and his girlfriend were there, and we went in waiting. And I told MacAllistar, you know, just be cool, do your song, you know, and then we'll call a night. And went over and talked to the producer, and kind of, you know, refreshed his mind as to, you know, what Boots would be doing, and who he was, you know, that stuff. Boots MacAllistar came in with a young man who had called me half a dozen times or so before I agreed to hear MacAllistar sing. Boots was an old-timer. He was definitely 50s, I believe, and he'd been on the street a long time. But I agreed to listen to material because I knew that MacAllistar had a good style with the proper kind of music. So I stood back with the producer, you know, just small talking, and Boots is stumbling around on stage, and he's mumbling, and he's belching, you know, and he's acting really ill. And, I mean, he was so drunk he could hardly tune his guitar, you know, he could hardly even hold the damn thing up. And, you know, he's still swelling from this bottle of old cheap booze. And, he kind of leans forward and asks, you know, what should I play for you folks? You got any requests? And this is all, you know, it sounds like his guts are coming apart inside. You know, he's making a real ass of himself. And, I was paying the price. Well, MacAllistar was in very bad shape when he came in. He smelled and he acted like he'd been drinking all evening. it together or you're gonna blow this whole gig, you know. And he tells me, oh, I love the lyrics, you know. And he starts it's like throwing up all over the sound stage.
And we never really had a chance to hear his song. He started patting his pockets, you know, supposedly looking for the lyrics like he'd lost them or something. And while he was marveling at anything, he was very drunk, and so he probably was making up this ridiculous excuse.
And the producer and his girlfriend just went wild. And I said I was real sorry, real disappointed, and I left. You know, and he kept screaming, but I left.
Well, Bruce said that kid really blew stage, and he told me he lost lyrics. Kid split mad as hell. Bruce takes all the lyrics out, he just throws them away. Bruce didn't want to do that stuff, not from the start. That's why he got out. That's exactly why he got out.